It was 11:47 p.m. when Daniel finished his shift at the gas station. The streets were empty and the rain had just begun to fall. As he locked the front door, an old man wearing a long black coat walked toward him. "Excuse me," the old man said softly. "Could you keep this letter safe until tomorrow morning?" Before Daniel could ask anything, the man placed a small sealed envelope into his hand and disappeared into the darkness. The next morning, Daniel turned on the news. His heart nearly stopped. The same old man had passed away only a few hours after giving him the letter. On Daniel Morales' kitchen table sat the unopened envelope, its seal still perfectly intact. Hours earlier, during his shift at the North Thornton Avenue station, the rainy streets had been completely deserted. The security cameras captured the quiet exchange, registering the timestamp at exactly 11:47 p.m. An elderly stranger in a long black coat had stepped from the shadows, placing the paper in Daniel's hands and asking him to keep it safe until morning. The man vanished before Daniel could even ask his name. Now, with the morning sun rising and the news of the stranger's sudden death confirmed, the simple request felt entirely different. The quiet routine of an ordinary worker was gone. The coroner's report recorded his passing at exactly 2:13 in the morning. From a sudden heart attack, the 78-year-old man had collapsed inside his home, dead less than 3 hours after placing the envelope in Daniel's hands. Stunned by the news, Daniel picked up the heavy sealed paper from his kitchen table. His fingers trembled as he carefully broke the black wax seal. Inside, written in jagged, hurried ink, was a single sentence. "If you're reading this, you are the only person who can save my granddaughter." Beneath the desperate plea lay a scribbled street address on the desolate edge of town. The strange, late-night encounter had become a heavy, inescapable burden. It was a dying man's final unavoidable mandate, binding Daniel to a child he had never met and a destination he could not ignore. Daniel started his car and headed toward the desolate edge of town. The rain continued to fall, streaking across the windshield as he drove down the empty, dark roads. He hesitated at every intersection, weighing the absurdity of following a dead stranger's note. Yet the pressure of that dying plea pushed him forward. He pulled up to the weathered house, its silent silhouette standing dark against the night sky. Stepping out into the cold air, Daniel walked up the creaking wooden steps. He reached for the brass doorknob, but before he could knock, the heavy door drifted inward on its own. It was already unlocked, waiting in the darkness. Crossing the threshold felt less like a chance discovery and more like stepping into a room prepared exactly for him. Inside, the air was completely still, carrying the faint, dry scent of old paper and dust. The household was perfectly arranged, frozen in a time that had long since passed. No clocks ticked, yet a warm light spilled from the dining room. Sitting at the heavy wooden table was a little girl, quietly drawing on a sheet of paper. She did not startle when Daniel stepped closer. Instead, she set down her crayon and looked up with a calm, unnerving certainty. "I knew Grandpa would send someone," she said, her voice steady in the quiet house. When Daniel asked about her parents, her expression did not change. "They've been gone for years." Looking around at the untouched room, the neat settings, and the child's absolute lack of surprise, Daniel felt a cold realization settle in. He had entered an arrangement that had been waiting for him. The overhead lights flicker, casting long shadows that draw Daniel down the hallway toward a quiet library. Behind a heavy wooden bookshelf, a misaligned panel reveals a hidden doorway. He steps into a cold, narrow room where the walls are entirely covered in black and white portraits. Hundreds of unfamiliar faces stare back at him in silence. Near the center of the wall, one Polaroid stands out. It is a sharp, candid photo of Daniel himself, standing outside the gas station just yesterday afternoon. His chest tightens as he reaches out and pulls the picture from the wall. Flipping it over, he reads the hurried handwriting on the back. The next guardian has arrived. The plea to save the granddaughter was never a rescue mission. It was a transfer of guardianship. By breaking the seal, Daniel had unknowingly stepped into the old man's role, bound to this house and this child forever. The hundreds of silent portraits on the wall were his predecessors, each trapped in the same inescapable cycle. Daniel stands in the cold room, the photo clutched in his hand, suspended between a supernatural loop and a human-designed trap. He is left with a choice he never asked to make. Would you have accepted the letter? Let us know in the comments. The trap is set. We do not choose the legacy chooses us. Would you have accepted the letter? Let us know in the comments.